Swadika, thank you for joining us for the midday edition of NBT World Brief on NBT and NBT World. You're with me, Sandra Han Utsaha. In our first update, the Prime Minister has given an update on preparations for the Royal Cremation ceremony of Her late Majesty Queen SIRIKIT, the Queen Mother. The Fine Arts Department has been tasked with designing and constructing the Royal Cremation pyre in accordance with ancient royal traditions and with the highest honor. Yesterday at Government House, Prime Minister and Interior Minister Anutin Chanvirakul chaired a press briefing on the progress of constructing the Royal Cremation pyre for Her Majesty Queen SIRIKIT, the Queen Mother. The project is being carried out by the Fine Arts Department under the Ministry of Culture following royal approval. Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn has been invited to serve as an advisor to the ceremony. The cremation pyre is designed in line with ancient royal traditions, reflecting Her Majesty's grace and devotion to the Thai people. It features a crown-shaped spire, a 7-tiered roof, and a 9-tiered white royal umbrella symbolizing the highest royal status. Construction will begin in February and is expected to be completed in October of 2026, after which a royal date for the cremation ceremony will be announced. The Prime Minister has praised village security volunteers for their sacrifices in protecting Thailand's border areas during a visit to CRACKDOWN, pledging fair compensation and continued support while also addressing border security and labor concerns. Yesterday evening, Prime Minister and Interior Minister Anutin Chanvirakul visited village security volunteers in CRACKDOWN province to boost morale among personnel stationed along the border. The Prime Minister thanked volunteers for their courage and sacrifice, saying they played a crucial role in safeguarding communities and national sovereignty. The Prime Minister noted that while residents were evacuated during periods of unrest, many volunteers remained in their villages to protect homes and property, helping ease concerns for both civilians and frontline security forces. Prime Minister Anutin said the Interior Ministry would move forward with policies to ensure fair compensation, welfare and recognition for village security volunteers, stressing their contributions would never be overlooked. The Prime Minister added that their support significantly reduced the burden on soldiers, Border Patrol Police, and Territorial Defense volunteers, allowing them to focus fully on security operations.
เรื่องการเยียวยาพี่น้องประชาชนที่ประสบสภาวะภัยจากการสู้รบเนี่ยเราได้ดำเนินการไปต้องเรียกว่าเกือบ 100% แล้วนะครับตอนนี้ก็จะไปต่อเนื่องต่อยอดไปถึงการให้การเยียวยาเรื่องของความเสียหายของบ้านเรือนที่อยู่อาศัยแล้วก็ทรัพย์สินอย่างเช่นสัตว์วัวควายที่เลี้ยงไว้แล้วเกิดความเสียหายนะครับให้มากที่สุดเท่าที่เราจะทำได้ก็ตรงนี้เรามีงบประมาณอยู่แล้ว
During the visit, the Prime Minister inspected border areas in Ta Praya sub-district and Nong Chan village, expressing confidence that security forces remain fully capable of maintaining stability. He said the situation along the border is largely under control, but emphasized that vigilance must continue. Prime Minister Anutin also reiterated that MOU 43 is not the cause of conflict, noting advances in technology now allow clearer border demarcation. The Prime Minister reaffirmed Thailand's adherence to the 1 to 50,000 map scale as the national standard for determining borders. In other news, the Department of Special Investigation has launched a major operation targeting an illegal Bitcoin mining network, uncovering massive electricity theft and alleged involvement of state officials. The Department of Special Investigation, or DSI, has conducted raids at 4 locations as part of a sweeping operation against an illegal Bitcoin mining network. Investigators say the operation uncovered links between the mining ring and 4 electricity authority officials, who allegedly helped foreign investors illegally tap into the state power grid to run large-scale Bitcoin mining operations. Authorities estimate the damage from stolen electricity at between 4 and 5 billion baht. Justice Minister, Police Lieutenant General Ruthapol Nawarat, and DSI Director General, Police Major Yuthana Pradam, jointly announced the results of the investigation. They revealed that the suspects had converted houses and factories into warehouse-style facilities designed to operate like industrial plants. During searches carried out last week, officers seized large amounts of cash and other assets, which are now being examined as evidence. Preliminary findings show 4 individuals involved are electricity authority personnel, 3 active officials, and 1 retired officer. All active officials have been suspended from duty, and disciplinary investigations are now underway as authorities continue to expand the probe into the wider network. Thailand and the United States have jointly announced the COBRA Gold 2026 military exercise, highlighting expanded cooperation in space operations and cybercrime response, while reaffirming their long-standing alliance. Announcing COBRA Gold 2026, marking a major step forward in multilateral military cooperation. The briefing took place at the National Memorial Hall, National Defense Studies Institute in Pathum Thani Province. It was co-chaired by Thailand's Supreme Commander, General Ukrit Buntanon, and the U.S. Ambassador to Thailand, Sean K. O'Neill. COBRA Gold is the largest and longest-running multilateral military exercise in Southeast Asia. Now in its 45th year, the exercise is jointly hosted by the Royal Thai Armed Forces and the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command and is held annually in Thailand. This year's exercise focuses on strengthening peace and regional stability, disaster response, and preparedness for emerging threats, including space operations and cybersecurity. 10 countries are taking part in the Combined Staff Exercise Plus program, including Canada, France, the United Kingdom, and the Philippines, while another 10 are joining as observers, such as Germany and Vietnam. More than 8,000 personnel are participating in the exercise. COBRA Gold 2026 will run from February 18th to March 6th, covering joint operations across land, sea, air, space, and cyber domains. And in one last update, the Ministry of Digital Economy and Society has released key findings from the 2025 Population and Housing Census, revealing a sharp decline in new births and a continued shift toward smaller households, while warning that rapid demographic changes will require urgent policy adjustments. Advisor to the Minister of Digital Economy and Society, Jirawan Bunpum, said the 2025 census marks Thailand's 12th population census and 6th housing census, providing critical data for government agencies, the private sector, and academics to plan policies and allocate resources for long-term demographic changes. The census shows Thailand has an actual resident population of 70.3 million people, living in 26.3 million households. Population growth has slowed to just 0.42%, the lowest rate since censuses began. The findings confirm Thailand has entered a fully aging society as the number of newborns continues to decline while the elderly population increases. This trend is expected to reduce the size of both the youth and working age populations, posing challenges for labor systems, welfare policies, and healthcare services. At the same time, household structures have changed significantly. The average household size has fallen to just 2.5 people, down from about 6 people 45 years ago. Single-person households and condominium living have increased, highlighting the need for urban planning and infrastructure development that better reflect Thailand's changing population. And that wraps up our midday edition of NBT World Brief. Stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. And for more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, I'm Sandra Han Utsaha. สวัสดีค่ะ